Okay, welcome back to my Let's Play of Disco Elysium on the PC. We're in, not a great place. There's a lot of strife between these people. But, we're getting our heads straight. We're gonna solve some crimes. We're gonna do some good in this world. We're gonna make it a better place. Even though we nearly died just trying to attack a young boy. Not exactly a superhero kind of thing. Now, don't remember what we were trying to get. What were we trying to get? Oh, we were trying to get a way to suppress the urge to throw up. But I think there's supposed to be something in his police car, which I assume is this contraption. Before you stands a motor carriage. The bodywork is covered in blue and white livery, bearing the number 57. Vapor emanates from the large engine on the back of the vehicle. It hasn't had time to cool off yet. This must be the infernal machine that tore you from oblivion, the Kupris Kinema motor carriage. In the cabin, you are welcomed by a set of steering levers, a radio microphone on a hook, a pull-out toolbox under the seat, and the soft glow of the fuel preheater gauge. Pick up the radio. Frequency tableau lights up and a green button labeled Prime Line glows like a feline eye. And then you hear something. Soft purr of electrical kittens. Radio waves cast far and wide over the metropolis. A woman's voice greets you through the static. This is Precinct 57. Hello, Lieutenant. How may I assist you? Hello, Alice. Please assist our colleague from the 41st Precinct here. I'm putting him on. Hi, Alice. This is the officer from the 41st Precinct speaking. Nice to meet you. This is Officer Alice Demetri, Precinct 57. How may I assist you? I need you to connect me to a civilian, a Sylvie. She may have reported a murder. Of course, what is her number, officer? Kim didn't guard give you Sylvie's number? Yes, hold on. Lieutenant takes a look at his notes. Her number is 005-1944-298. Received. Hold on, officer. Wait patiently. Lieutenant Kitsuragi slowly begins to tap a little rhythm with his right foot. Quite a lot of time has passed. Officer, she finally returns. I have Sylvie Maleka on the line for you. Yes, hello. A female voice greets you through static. It sounds like she's a million miles away from here. This is me! This is the police calling. I have some questions for you about your last days at work. Oh, right. She recognizes your voice almost immediately. Hello, officer. What can I do for you? You can hear resentment in her tone. She's not thrilled to be talking to you again. Was it you who called the police? No, not me. But why didn't you call? Didn't a corpse behind your workplace bother you? What? Of course it bothered me, but I thought the union already knew about the corpse. What does this union have to do with anything? No one calls the police. You can hear her adjust the receiver in her hand. The union would get angry. What do you mean by that? You know, she seems to be looking for words. What the union says goes. People listen to them and they take care of their own, which is like everyone here. Garbage. Wait, Kim, is she speaking truth? The union is the law around here? Legally, no. In reality, yes. He looks around. Martinez is de facto policed by the dock workers union. Words are not necessary to feel the lieutenant's discontent for the situation. I can push on, or I can... I am the authority around here. Okay, she obviously doesn't want to challenge your authority. You feel much better now. Tell me, why exactly did you let a corpse hang in your own backyard for weeks instead of calling us? I didn't want to get in trouble with the others. Push her further. Show her the error of her ways. No, don't push her. It sounds as if she's about to cry. What others? The other people who live around here. Local people. I didn't want trouble. Her voice is resigned and weak. Okay, I understand. You don't live here. You don't understand. Squealing is frowned upon here. Everything is dealt with, well, by the Union, internally. You're static. Her chin rubs against the receiver. Then, please, I just don't want to get in any trouble. Don't worry about it, I understand. You do? She sounds relieved. What else can I do for you? Do you know who made that call? No, sorry, I don't. She clears her throat. Not a lot of people have phones around here. Copper thieves take the wires. People don't have the money to have the cables put in again. They use the Union's phone or the one on the coast. So the Union has a phone, and there's one further down the coast. Got it. It was someone else. The lieutenant makes a note. We'll find them sooner or later, officer. It just might take a while. Next question. You quit your job at the Whirling. Why? I mean, why did I leave the bar? You can hear her tense up on the other side. Honestly, I'm not really comfortable discussing it with you, sir. Why not? Why aren't you comfortable discussing it with me? The static wavers. Let's just say I left because I needed to get away from someone. Okay, did you leave because of Guard? What? She stops abruptly. No, why would you even think that? He told me he asked you out. Are you saying it didn't happen? Please don't bring Guard into this. It's none of your business. I already said I don't want to talk about this. You're messing everything up again. Okay. You hope so. Please don't call me again. Bye. She's ready to hang up. Why does she seem angry with you? Yes, you have obviously done something to upset her at the Whirling in Rags when she was still working there. Wait, before you go, you're mad at me, right? Tell me, what did I do? I can't remember anything. I'm not mad, it's just the static sighs again. You were so drunk and so emotional all the time, and then the skua thing happened. It just made me want to quit. What skua thing? The stuffed bird, the great skua. You threw it against the wall while screaming, "Fuck that bird," and laughing like a maniac. I think you said it had been giving you shit ever since you got there. Pitch bird got what was coming to her. Why do I always end up screwing everything up? It was a pretty bird there since I started working in Whirling. I really liked her. We called her Scotty. Genuine sadness in her voice. So you're telling me that I was the one who made you want to quit? Yes, obviously. You were the worst client I've ever seen. And I've seen so many assholes in this place. I've had sailors fighting, Union guys grabbing my ass, kids stealing booze. Once a guy was glued to the karaoke machine every night for 2 months. But you... She pauses. Go on, I want to know what I did. Well, you were worse than all of them. Honestly, you were getting borderline aggressive. Even about little things, like not turning down the volume at 3 a.m. I even liked one of those songs you kept listening on repeat. No more. I hate it now. Which song? We Go On by the O.O. She sighs. I can't listen to it anymore. You've turned it into a parody. Right. Is that all? Then there was your room, your project, an experiment to see how bad it can get in there. I tried to send the cleaner, but you wouldn't let me. Threatened to make me understand. I had no idea what you meant, and I don't want to know. And then you screamed something about how you're actually a real cool guy, and no one understands it. One of the coolest guys there is. The coolest guy in Jamrock. Something about disco, too. Sorry. And then I had to deal with your toilet, the one you clogged with police documents, causing water damage downstairs in the kitchen. I won't even mention you waving your gun around, harassing customers, threatening to sing karaoke, threatening to kill yourself. Wait, police documents? The ones I had to wrench out of your toilet. What happened to them? Damn it, I don't remember what I did to your damn papers. I don't remember every little thing I do. Resentment gives way to concern in her voice. Especially when there's a hurricane loose. It's your fault for losing them, not mine. Something in you wants to immediately forget about this, as if there was a reason you threw them away. Okay, I get it. I wasn't a very good tenant. No, you really weren't. You were simply the worst. truly sorry for everything, Sylvie. God, I knew I shouldn't have brought it up. Just try not to call me again and let's pretend it never happened. When I spoke to Guard, it seemed like he thought you left because of him. Wait, really? No, this is absolutely not true. I like Guard. I really do. Didn't he cross a line when he asked you out? No, I was actually flattered. I've always liked him. It was just bad timing, with the corpse and all that. There's a pause. You can almost see her on the other side, the telephone cord coiled around her index. I didn't know what to say to him later. Then you came and destroyed the place. So I left without explaining. Should have told him, maybe. I can tell him. Okay, but please don't mess it up. Please don't take out your gun or something. What else did I sing besides the oh? I'm looking for a song. Well, all sorts of things. Some disco, rock, too. So much disco and rock. Maybe you can help me identify this one particular song. Which one would that be? One that was really sad. Sad? I think the one you mean is The Smallest Church in Saint-Saëns. Butchered that right up. Her voice carries a tone of disappointment. Interesting. You still have to find it, however. Right, thank you for talking with me. Take care. You hear a sigh of relief on the other end of the radio. Wordless, the call breaks. Then the already familiar voice. Anything else I can help you with, officer? Connect me to Sylvie again. Can you connect me to the 41st Precinct? I have something I need to report. Just a second, officer. She puts you on hold, the static cracking softly like a bonfire. After a while, you hear an old man greet you from the radio. His rattly voice is oddly familiar. 10-2, 10-5, this is the 41st. Come in, over. Scrawny old man sits in a dusty cubicle, smoking, with a large white rectangle sewn on his vest. In front of him is a box-shaped apparatus with an array of wires and antennas, the radio switchboard. The man uses relay code. You got this. You're a cop, and cops know relay code. 10-4, Station 41, I've got urgent business, over. 10-4, 10-5, what's your status, over? Just reporting in, over. 10-18, state your message, sir. I need to report my badge missing. 10-9, over. My badge, I can't find it anywhere. Basically, it's gone. 10-4, message received. This is a very serious situation. I need a 10-22 the captain, over. Is it him? A dry voice asked in the background. What does he want? Say that he lost his badge and needs to report it. What, he lost his badge? Say nothing. Who lost his badge? Dick fucking Mullen. Who do you think? It's Officer Dick. Tries to speak through laughter. Mullen from the bestseller Dick Mullen and the Lost Identity. Dick Mullen is not your name. It's the name of a fictional detective who would not lose his badge. Defend yourself immediately. They're laughing at you. Can't we just move on? I want to get reported and be done with it. Ooh, level up. Nice. 10-4, I hear you, officer. I'm just going to make a note here that you're in pursuit of your misplaced badge, over. Fuck me. Mac, come here. You got to hear this. Dick Mullen lost his badge. What's going on? Super Cop here lost his badge. Lost his what now? His badge. He lost his goddamn fucking badge. Enough with this now. I have other things to discuss. 10-9, come again. I didn't get that, over. Animated conversation in the back is making it difficult for him to hear you. New heights even for Captain Sober. Ask him. Speaker gasps for air. Ask him if he lost his gun, too. Room roars with laughter. Sergeant Torson wants to know if you lost your gun, too, over. Check your pockets. Check your... Holy fuck, you don't know where it is, do you? Oh god, it's not here. Okay, it's gone. Your gun is most definitely gone. Don't sweat it, Broughton. You don't need a gun to have fun. We can still have fun. It's not all over. 10-9, come in, officer. Did you get my question? We were wondering about your gun, over. Convince them that you didn't lose your gun. Nice. Line over the phone? It's easy. Just say it like it's the truth, and then it becomes it. No, of course I didn't lose my gun. Says he didn't. Thank God for that. That would have been a nightmare. I don't even want to imagine the poor prick who has to relay that kind of news to the captain. Losing his badge is bad enough. Tell him to find it and fast. Can't have some gangbanger running around with it. We're all glad to hear you've not lost your gun, officer. Do you need further assistance? Over. I'm not gonna say anything about the gun. We'll find it. We'll find it. God, I don't think I want to ask for financial assistance. That's so lame. Jesus. This might sound odd, but there's personal details I'd like to discuss. Okay, 10-4, sir. I hear you. Relay your question. Over. Wait, before you say anything stupid, think it through. What's there to think about? You're gonna be looking at a straitjacket if you tell everyone you lost your memory. Be smart about this. Ask if he's there alone. 10-4, sir. I'm not hearing your question. Radio operator inquires again. Are you alone in the room? I need some confidential information about myself. That's a negative, sir. I got a 10-12 here. Over. Wanted to know if you got my badge's description right in your report. Could you read it to me? Name, rank, date of birth? What? What is it? He's still on the line? Wants to verify the information on his badge. Of course, it says Dick Mullen, High General of the Revacholian Cavalry Force. Tell him to stop wasting time. What do you need, sir? Over. Fuck. Any news about my, family? 10, excuse me, sir? Over. Probably don't want to continue on this road. Nothing, never mind. I don't think we can ask anything. Let's wrap this up. Over. Roger that, 10-10, over and out. Static ends with a loud click, then everything is silent in the cabin. 18 kilometers to the south, in the 41st Precinct's relay booth, a small crowd is gathered around Communication Officer Jules Oldboy Perdue, around a dozen cops. The small room is filled with cigarette smoke, abuzz with laughter, when Officer Judith Minot enters, her left arm is in bandages and hair trimmed short. What is going on here? Did something happen? She asks, startled. Jean Vicamer returns to her and says, what happened is my partner made contact, and it's not good. He's lost his badge. He seemed confused, delirious even. He stops to reflect. Mac the Torso Torson, his finger fucking his fist, laughing hoarsely and apparently telling some dirty story to his partner, Chester McLean, near the entrance. Suddenly he interjects. Yeah, Mullen was fucked alright. Sounded fucking drunk to me. Tall ginger on his right still has tears of laughter in his eyes. Yeah, Mac's right. That was some gnarly shit there. Satellite Officer Vicamer bites down on his knuckles. Enough! He shouts across the room. The commotion dies down. All eyes turn to him. None of this is funny. It's fucking sad, that's what it is. He's a cop. He's one of us. God damn this. Minot looks down at her neatly polished black shoes. There's a quiet firmness to her voice when she speaks. We must help him. Yeah? How do you fucking plan to do that, huh? Get him off the drink? Go jogging with him in the morning and get on carrot juice? He's a lost man. I just know we can't give up on him when he's at his weakest. He wouldn't... The crowd in the room started fidgeting uncomfortably. Someone's trying to slip out unnoticed. Mac, man the door. He gestures Torson to block the doorway, then turns to Minot. You know what he told me? I don't want to get better. I want to get worse. Those were his words. He sighs heavily and turns to address the room. This shit does not leave this room. Not a word of this to the captain or anyone else. We'll give him a couple days to pull his shit together. Old boy lights another cigarette and says, I guess I can hold off the report for a few days. Good. Vicamer turns to the others. Okay, everybody, nothing but a prank call here. We all got our laughs. Now get back to work. Far north, on the other side of the motorway, the officer quietly hunches with his hand in the motor carriage. Oof. Not looking too good. Apparently I'm a big fuck. Toolbox. A metallic drawer slides out from under the seat and clicks into place. The tools inside are neatly organized. Take what you need, officer. It's going to be a long case. I'm not protective of my tools, like some men are. He's clearly a little protective of his tools, but what can you do? Work is work. Let's take that pry bar. Pry bar feels nice and cold in your hand, heavier than you'd think. Useful for opening all sorts of doors and lids. Chain cutters. Handles are long and sleek. Snap, snap go the cutters in your hand. Flashlight. It's robust, weatherproof, and well made. Police issue. Blue. Lets you see things in the dark you would otherwise miss. Push in the pull-out toolbox. Steering levers. White suede feels luxurious under the touch, and the metal clutch handle so very familiar in your palm. As you tap on the gauge, the indicator pin jerks as if startled. It's in the large orange sector, indicating the engine is warm. Next to the gauge is a red switch labeled heat. There's no use pressing the heat button, he says, and jingles his keys. It won't start without the ignition key. Translation, we're not going anywhere right now. Alternative translation, don't even think you can drive my MC. Alright. We got a crowbar and we leveled up. It's all good. Now. Level up. Oh, okay, I see. So we can bump up one thing by 1 point. That's what we're doing. Well, let's see. What am I using a lot? I mean, I could just bump up savoir-faire just because it's in the fucking negative, but it's definitely interesting. I'm absolutely gonna have to play through this a second time with more of a physical focus, because I sort of wonder how many little pop-ups and things I'm missing based on all these skills, because this stuff is all popping up all the time. But maybe I want to throw into suggestion. Let's bump that up a little bit. Or maybe, I don't know, you want to focus on like one or two things and just bum rush it. Maybe just go all in on logic. I have no idea. It's a learning experience. Who is this?
I'm a gander and a hunter and a gatherer. Feel like a traveler.
The man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes. Simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes. Keep listening. I am the law! What the fuck?
From another planet. Hey there.
What's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
Motions toward the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, an all-around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
So how long you been here?
Feels near forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Mazout is an antiquated term for heavy fuel oils. This man has a barely suppressed performative streak. Or he just likes unusual words. Or both. Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
What are you hauling anyway? High-grade narcotics, illegal firearms, stuff like that. Time to arrest him. Relax, he's merely joking. It's funny if you have a high authority but you don't have the rhetoric. It's like, oh, character would just arrest him. Okay, what are you actually hauling? Can't even get a few jokes past you, my man. He grins. I've got another haul of foul cargo, mostly sporting goods, tracksuits, and that kind of thing. Usually get shipped to Grod in the Occident, though we've been making headway in the Ilmaran market lately. Could I get one of those fallen tracksuits you're hauling? We're pals and all, but I can't just freely hand out the merchandise. Bosses won't be happy. That's your machine behind you? This rockin' beauty? He points at the lorry with his thumb. Sure is, like a rash you can't get rid of. You interested in heavy-duty cargo machinery? A motor lorry, also called a camion on Caillou and neighboring islands. Caillou, no! This one looks roughed up enough to be some sort of fallen rust bucket. Maybe the A6? Is that a fallen A6 you got there? Good eye, my man. Yep, she's an old one, but reliable. He gives the side of the lorry a friendly knock. Me and her spent a long time together. There it is again. A little touch of sadness beneath his cool. He thinks he's spent too long in this lorry. Nothing illegal then. Not unless they've illegalized sports equipment while I was on the road. No, we might get a bonus to that if we keep talking. Tell me more about this strike. It's like whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. What's the union demanding? Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane and half the company. I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on. Yes, from the Wild Pines. He takes a note. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure. What do you think the company wants? They want to keep that money flowing in, my man. He makes a ka-ching sound. He doesn't blame them, but he's not on their side, that's for sure. Anything else I should know? Anything else, he thinks. Yeah, this ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. All of who? Us lorry drivers. Camionneurs. A few still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere. Get drunk or high or laid. He smiles awkwardly. Not that I blame him, really. Not you? Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. He glances down the road toward the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes. Know anything about the dead man? The one hanging behind the hostel there? He ain't one of us drivers, I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here, keeping busy. Easy to see he's telling the truth. He's kept his nose out of the dark stuff. Busy with what? Analyzing the fundamental structural and psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. That's for his conclusion. And your conclusion? Sense of surprise there ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Nice. Care to spare some change for a working stiff? Huh? Sudden financial duties snap him out of his daze. Oh, no, I ain't got any money. They don't want to pay for unfinished work. They who? The bosses, man. I don't know who these bosses think they are, but that sounds like a good arrangement for them. Yeah, it sure ain't good for me, or you. I'd spare a coin or two for a city cop down on his luck, if I had, say, 4 myself. Alright, let's try this roll. Nope. Ease into it, don't go too far. It seems like a personal bat. My man, I want to know about your soul! Man, he looks sad. What's going on with you? Okay, man, just jams got me down. Fumes, chemical rainbows, the tarpaulin stretched on the frames, and the dull engines off. Man recedes into his daze of words. Maybe the full-on direct approach wasn't correct. Damn, it's tricky business looking into someone's eyes and not doing it wrong. Alright. Won't be a stranger. We'll have to try that again sometime. But anyways, we can go open up this garbage can. I can also beat this kid with a crowbar. He could be in there. I feel like there's something in there. It's a hunch. How do we get the lock open? Or pry bar. Oh my god. Oh, I don't have it equipped. Right. Let's get that thing equipped. Equip this to open locked containers in the world. The red tip pry bar has Carson T heavy duty engraved just below the handle. It's satisfyingly heavy, and perhaps one of the most useful tools to carry around. Hell. Nice. And the meanest looking pairs of cutters you've ever seen, made in Gottwald by Walschirm Werkzeug. No chain, wire, nor barbed fence will ever stand in your way again. They look hungry, ready to chew steel. Dual wielding tools, baby. Oh, we also have a flashlight. A police flashlight bearing the logo of Grundstellung RAO. The small dynamo packed inside this handheld illumination device theoretically gives you the ability to produce a tiny amount of electricity anytime, anywhere. Okay. I mean, presumably you could use these for combat. Okay. Oh, I still have a 3% chance. Force time isn't happening. You've jammed the pry bar under the lid, but it just isn't bending. Hang from the pry bar with all your weight. There's a creaking sound as the pry bar slips under the lid. You hang from it like a moron, huffing and puffing. Clearly the technique is wrong, but nothing else comes to mind. I could kick it, but I will probably die. Almost died. Unsatisfying, hurtful. You hear a ringing sound, but not quite hollow. The can seems to be full. The fuck kind of metal is this? This is fucking shit! Quality of metal is not the problem. From what I see, it's sturdy enough. He's enjoying your little failure. He finds it amusing. He's reveling in the sweaty rage on your face. I can't pry it open. Okay, he mentioned a key. I could have sworn he mentioned a key. I don't know, it's not on here, so. Also, they released a patch yesterday that seemingly fixed all the visual problems I was having, so that's nice.
Can I help you?
I talked to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you. Wait, what? He looks up surprised. But what about the bird? The bird? Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left. I mean, if I say that I broke it, I'm gonna have to pay for it. But, you know, I'm trying to own up to everything. I'm trying to be a better person. So, she didn't break it, I did. I threw it against the wall. You broke the skua? His face is flushed with emotions. A rash covers his neck. I assure you, it was him. It's as if he can't decide whether to be angry or relieved that it was you. Again. Why on earth did you have to break the skua? It's a mystery. Can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all. Tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it. Alright, he calms himself. Did she say anything else about me, you know? He repeats. Did she say anything about me? She said she was flattered. It was just a bad timing. Really? The man doesn't know what to say. He wipes his brow and stares at the counter. I should give her a call then. Thanks, I guess. He gives you a short nod. Was there anything else you wanted, or can you give him a moment? Somehow you realize it's not going to net you any professional discounts. Already he's reverting back to defensive. Trash container. Yeah, I definitely had this conversation. I just don't remember it. This feeling doesn't seem callous. Oh, Krasmazov. We need those keys. So what the hell happened? I did this conversation. Did I not get the key before because he didn't like me, or I don't know. Okay. I did that. Okay. Alright, well, either way, we have the, we have the key now. We can finally solve the great mystery of what's in the trash container. With a well crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't. Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there? There is, but you won't like it. Sweat forms on your brow. Your hand is still on the lid. Dude, I gotta fucking open it. The smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste. We're just in time. The lieutenant peers in. This hasn't been emptied for over a week. Look under the boxes of carton. You see milk, an egg rest with one broken egg in it, some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however. Pick at the rags. Among the threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers? As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air. The victim's clothes. The lieutenant smells them. Cadaver and odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. The lieutenant produces a black plastic bag marked evidence from his pocket. Drop them in here, officer. Kim quickly searches the jeans. Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty, or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A wide belt. The loops appear stretched, but... He looks into the container. The belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here. Something slimy catches your eye. Reach for it. A drab long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus. Bag the shirt. This is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. He nods to himself. Anything more? The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that... A thrown-out towel. A mug, that's all. Alright, we should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard, or... that one. He nods toward the red-haired boy behind him. I'd advise against confronting that force. You think someone from the whirling might have been involved, maybe? Not really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash, the lid was locked, and this establishment had the key. It's just a small, loose thread. We need to ask the kids who put them there. Fuck's he on about kids? The one behind the fence yells. You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something. See? Okay. Search the food waste. It's just organic waste, cold and slimy in your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. Unidentified sludge and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this? What? Blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something. Something larger. A clipboard. A blue plastic clipboard with moist papers hanging from it. They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes written in a man's handwriting. Officer, is that your paperwork? I don't know what this is. It is, look. He points to the clipboard. The plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form in there. A miserable-looking slip of paper sticks to the board. If you don't mind me asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash? For the great bloodletting to begin. I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet. Well, He doesn't know what to say. His eyes express a rare condolence. Then he picks it up. Luckily, we found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure something has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries, organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes. Okay, I'll do that. It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. He peers into the trash, where soggy cartons and rags stink uninvitingly. Now tell me what your eagle eyes see, or are we finished? I'm getting that mug. Pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron. An antique, only in its social sensibility. Take the mug. The man briefly glances at the mug, then returns his sight to the trash. That's one thing off the list. The lieutenant sounds relieved. I think we got it all. Where's my mug? Oh, there it is. Yellow man mug. This broken-eared mug somehow made its way into the whirling in rags dumpster. It depicts a person of Samaran descent frolicking in a field of saffron flowers, buck-toothed and grinning feebly-minded. It seems to be a cheap knockoff of some colonial-era antique. This is the ledger you found in the trash. It's full of notes written in a man's dense cursive. Have a closer look. Maybe it can be salvaged to start keeping notes on the case. Or we can interact with the mug. It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much. There's quite a lot to read into here, actually. Look at all that content. Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage? Mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use it as an example of what not to do. But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? To do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective. Okay. It's a ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner. Anything else? There's a piece of toilet paper. Or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor. For you. Thank you, Waterlogged Ledger, for spelling it out for us. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart. Inspect the toilet paper. Just toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want. Maybe it's kitchen tissue. They look exactly the same. If you want it to be kitchen tissue, it can be kitchen tissue. Take it off. Still wet, the toilet paper, kitchen tissue, peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off your finger, and voila, the ledger now looks marginally better. Inspect the clip. An aluminum block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. Run your finger across the aluminum. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before. Hey, Lieutenant, what's this? What? He's lost in his own notes. Takes a moment for him to see it. That thing? It's a halogen watermark. We use it for adding information to RCM property. What kind of information? It depends. Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue. Maybe yours will have how many cases you've solved. How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that. How can I read it? Any capable light with the right wavelength will do. Like, for example, all RCM vehicles have headlights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too. This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on. Okay. Browse the white papers. They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered with faint red lines forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files, commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They appear to be sufficiently organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible. What is in there? What are they about? Work. strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51, this year. The exact number is hard to estimate due to missing pages and an odd naming convention, but there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases. Undertaken, not completed, mind you. The middle of March, you've attempted 2 cases a week on average. Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant? Huh? He raises his nose from his notes. 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes. 2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though. 2? He raises both eyebrows. That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you're making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me. I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. That's okay. He nods and turns back to his own case files. We all make mistakes. God knows I've made my share. He tries not to think of them. Like a fan of gills, the checkered paper's dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible. There's a mention of a naming convention here. Yes, it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins, yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name. A title, one might say, even. One that draws inspiration from Snoop fiction and Vespertine cop show staples. Oh my, and they're written in capital letters, too. Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. More? Others appear more lighthearted. The Guys on a Couch in an Unexpected Location. And The Murder at the Hookah Parlor. Even the rare article-free Collapsing Tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done. Later, once you've done inspecting them up close. Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention. You mean the alphanumeric, officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene? No, I mean a non-numeric one, with titles. Oh, you mean the titular. Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does. Why is that? It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves. I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders. Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one, he peeks into his notes, the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. He smiles. I pray his loved ones never find out. What happened to him? Rail spike through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident. I have to open an official case. Is there room? There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish. Once all these tasks are accomplished, the case is complete. Commit to paper. Sadly, the ledger only comes with an old, worn-down lead pencil. It's unfitting of this monumental event. Kim, do you have a pen? Lieutenant looks at his blue notebook. 2 fat, shiny pens hang from the binder, like large-caliber bullets on an ammo belt. It's downright incriminating. He has little choice but to give you one, although he really does not want to. He's not really saying anything, just standing there looking at them. Can I have one? Know that I give this to you, he pulls one from the loop, with resentment. With this beauty, commit to paper. The tasks you've completed flow out of the blue oblong pen in a brash, freehand, uncannily similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple, a language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place. Cross out the ones you've already finished. A satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You've done it. You're done, it seems to say. And you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case. Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case? No, actually. Any ideas? The Furies are at home in the mirror. Furies. Yes, well, it's obvious he doesn't like it. I don't know. I have to be honest. I'm not experiencing the internal strife that refers to. And also, he furrows his brow. Could we make it less poetic somehow? Just a normal case name, you know. Think, what would that be? A good normal name. Yes, you know what that normal name is, but it's so plain. Anything else, please. Setting sun. Okay, he nods. It's a good name, but it has one problem. This case has nothing to do with the setting sun, at all. It has nothing to do with that. So, something more concrete, perhaps. Do you have something concrete, mundane, usual? Usual is boring. We don't do that. Can't call it fucking shit on a stick. The Hanged Man. Great, that's great. That's actually what I was thinking too. The Hanged Man. Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. He flips the pages of his notebook. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out. You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now. Okay, I can probably do this. I failed! It's possible, yes. Easy, no. You need to come up with a small archaeological system, reorder the remains of your past works. At the moment, all they do is fall apart in your hands. Some dates and the numeric titular system is all you have. Okay, browse the yellow papers. In the back, you see thin, translucent copier paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red. All covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form. What types of forms are there? 3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work. Misconduct fine. A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague. Station call. These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing. Field autopsy. A dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs. Enough of these. Yes, all that remains now is to fill these forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, inner review, requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear. Being sandwiched between the board and the rest of the paperwork must have spared the fragile copier paper. Look at the clipboard. It's made of dark blue plastic hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4-sized board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM. What did you say the color was? Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it. Shake the ledger. Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment? Permeables. It's not hidden per se. The compartment is made for permeable materials that would get damaged if something happened to it. Peek inside. Plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but is not see-through. You can't see to its center. How would I open it? Your hands? U4-sized pages hang from the clips screwed to the top of the board. Okay. It's unlikely, but give it a shot. Nice! Two sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off the slides. If you bend the plastic on your knees slowly, slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just, slide the drawer open. Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open. What's inside? 2 ticket stubs and a handmade postcard. Fucking kill yourself, you asshole. What the fuck? Pick up the ticket stubs. 2 octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. Tickets permit access to a zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too. Pick up the card. Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue. Smell it first. It smells of chewing gum, apricot flavored. Open it. Familiar handwriting lines, the inside of the card, looped round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There's care, effort, and a smile, you think, although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already reading. I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy. Throw it away, please. You know, I feel like, yeah, I don't know. It will make me happy. A merciful wind blows in from the bay of Revachol, dusting the ground at your feet and raising newspapers from far away. You feel the card slipping into it. What was that? Frisson covers your entire body, feeling of cold, persistent chill. Dude, I gotta read it. I gotta know. Your hands shake holding onto it. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step on the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. Bow collector, I don't know. I know it will be like this until late afternoon when I get off the 49 and walk back to you. Keep reading. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it. Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head. Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. Sparks fall like snow from the bow collector. A streetcar distancing. Feel the ledger slip from your hand. Begin.
There is nothing. Again.
Nothing?
Nothing, sad brother. No treachery, just blackout.
Just lie there, passed out.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you, that's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
Who was that?
Who is what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it, still trying to hold on to the great sorrow slipping in the water. Slimy.
Yeah, that's the stuff.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow, because it's always there.
Where's Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
There's something about a bow collector, too.
Yeah, man. What was that about?
Was that the X something?
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing?
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape, its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Just lie there motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules? No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you, something in you, and it's
Where am I? In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated in the driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin. Drink water. The lieutenant is extending a small canister to your mouth. Drink. The water is cold, silvery, the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts. Drink, he tilts the canister. You haven't drunk water in 2 days. Did you know the human body is not made to survive on alcohol alone? You need a secondary form of hydration. Drink. With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it. What happened? I should ask you the same. You were reading your paperwork, then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to the hospital. Then you came to. How long was I out? 10 minutes, maybe. I was dehydrated. It won't happen again. Right. He hands you the waterlogged remains of your ledger. You dropped this. Are you okay to proceed? Let's solve this case. Good. Ledger of Failure and Hatred is a special item that can be used as an interactable and a tool equipped in your hand for skill bonuses. Ooh, skill bonuses. -2 authority. Okay. Sort of extreme. Empathy is good, though. Why not? The Bow Collector. Okay. Oh, and we leveled up. Let's bump up, rhetoric. For the hell of it. Alright. And end off here. This Let's Play is going to mostly just be sort of an audiobook. If people are into that. I like it. I like reading, and I think the writing's great, and I'm enjoying it, so it's all good. My name is Mangg. Gaming watching has been Disco Elysium. See you fine folks in the next part.